Hello everyone, this is another nucLeaR cast I'm going to do. It's a game I played earlier today. This is me spawning as the blue Zerg. Yes, today I'm just trying to play as blue Zerg. And my opponent is going to be iAmVetinari. I'll call him Vetinari, I don't know. He spawns as the red Protoss in the top left, top right position. So yeah, it's just going to be standard at start. No, I'm not going to make any 6 pull, 7 pull, I'm no early pull. And he's going for Forge Fast Expand. A very common build on this map. Of course, a very uncommon place to put a pylon, but that's okay. Yeah, and he's going to scout me. I'm going to send my overlord for this map. This is a very good spot for your overlord. Basically, it's on the high ground, so he can't see it. And if you put it in a perfect corner, he can barely hit it, or either from here or from here. So he can't really kill it in time. You can escape with it if you have speed, and you can. And the most important thing about it is that you can see the army moving out. Yeah, and also you can see if he hides any kind of tech here. But well, he's not going to hide any tech there, because I think a lot of Protoss already know that you can spot their base from up here if you place an overlord. Yes, he scouted me. Let's see, he didn't see the spawning pool, but he's coming back now to check. Yeah. Now he sees the spawning pool. He doesn't want to get drone killed, and now I moved my drone a little too early, but and I knew I didn't have enough mines, so I'm going to scout with this one, and then I'm going to send another one. But he will already try to block it. So yeah, it's a good thing if you move around the probe and you avoid the block, because it's annoying. You have to build either your forge here, or wait for the Zerglings and then build a hatchery here. This game I'm going to build a hatchery in where you usually build your third, but that's okay. And now I'm going to try to block his expansion, obviously, because the forge fast expand means he's going to expand pretty fast. One thing I don't like about his build is that he's building his gateways and his pylons before the next. Usually you build the next and then you build 1 or 2 gates, of course, if you try to make any kind of pressure. Well, odd enough, he didn't do any zealot pressure. I can spoil that for you. But it's as a Protoss, I used to do like a 4 or 5 gate zealot push, and you try to kill the third because he doesn't have enough in his ground. This is the thing I do, because obviously I saw he has no extension, so I'm going to block it. It's obviously I'm losing 300 minerals, and I'm also building my expansions, so it's a win-win situation. Obviously, he's going to stay on just one base, so getting any double pro production very fast, but I'm going to lose 100 minerals, and even the drone, if he gets me, that cannot reach. So now he's forced to build the cybernetics core. He is forced to max up on one base, because he can expand here, because it's very risky as a Protoss. The cool thing about my camp is that now he can't expand here, because there's also creep, so I'm going to try to block it, but obviously my drone has fewer HP, so I must get off, and now he just built his next set of 5 forts, just like as if he did a 3 gate expand. And obviously I have my third up, and even my hatchery is going soon. The drone count is quite even, of course, but I've got 4 Zerglings and some other larvas. One thing I didn't see that I saw his bow CDS is to taken, and I even saw this pilot here, but he managed to kill my probe, so now he's going for Stargate. And I have no idea about Stargate. Oh wait, right, now he's killing my drone. This ugly probe killed my drone. Okay, I'm still making drones. Obviously I don't want to get supply block, making drones, making queens. Queens are very good for macro, putting down cryptomorphs, this thing here injected a few seconds ago, and now my macro is quite okay. One thing I don't like about him is that he doesn't make any zealots before the cyber core. I think he makes the +1. I think I saw it. Well, I'm quite sure I saw it with this overlord that he's making a +1, and well, it's a quite common build to make like a +1 zealot and void ray push, and he's making void ray, but I'm not sure what he tried to do. I still have no idea about the void ray. I think there's a glitch if you go right over here with, for example, a Zergling, and he chronoboost something. I think you can see through a fog of war. That's quite a bug, and it's quite common. The drone, the worker discrepancy is quite high at the moment. I'm like 16 workers ahead, and I'm still building more. I've got like 9 idle larvas, but that's because I've got no money, of course, and I'm making more drones, 48 already, and I'm going to get it 56 after safe throw pop. At 56, I'm like 20 throws ahead. Okay, now I saw the overlord. With my overlord, I saw this void ray and his void ray overlord, obviously, but that's good and the bad thing to do. To be honest, it would be much normal, or I'd say better, if he went directly with the overlord and tried to do some damage, because those overlords didn't have any speed upgrade, so they're like dead anyway. But now I had time to move my queens here, and now I've got three queens, and I think I'm making more. Well, I'm not making just 4 crores, I'm making 1 here. To be honest, this is a quite bad spot. I think a good better one would be like behind here, and we use the queens for the sides, because now he can come from behind here, for example, like a phoenix and 2 void rays, and lift one of my queen, usually the one with more energy, so he can confuse and kill the other, and then you can just kill drones and overlords and so on. I already have here 4 crawlers in my main base. Well, I think he's going to lose its inclusive. Well, yeah, that's a very bad thing to happen. Obviously, well, he's not trying to take any third. It's quite a trick, because if you make overall, it's got like the map control for the mid game, for like the minute 11 when I finish my hydraulics. I'm building hydraulics, but he could have taken a third, like turtle up here, make the buildings. So the only way I can attack is by this way, and by the time I'm here, he can wall off this part of the area too. And then he'd be on safe 3 bases, but now he didn't take his third, and he's still staying in his base. Well, the good thing is that he made +1 armor, he got +1 already, and my upgrades are like +1 ground and +1 carapace in the progress. Now none of them are finished. Trying to kill my Bane as well. Bane was just preventive one. I'm going to cancel it. So I think I'm not even going to lose the drone last time. But as you can see, those void rays did absolutely no huge damage, and I got a shitstone queens. I even got some hydras already, and of course hydras are quite slow, so I must spread more creep. I think I'm trying to do that. I think Destiny said that he's in a time, I mean like 2 or 3 months ago, he said that a good way to improve your creep speed is that every time you inject, you will creep speed, so you will you will spread your creep, and that's a nice thing. Obviously, it's a good way to learn focusing this macro thingy. And well, now I've got like 17 hydras. I've got 89 drones at the 13-minute mark. Now I'm making just units, and of course overlords. I was quite supply capped. Got 1k minerals, and just 6 larvas. I think I should put more macro hatcheries, because I just have too much money, too many larvas, and you got too few larvas and too much money. It's always a good thing to expand and make more macro hatcheries. got a lot of drones here, and I think I should make like mass expansion in this moment. Obviously I'm going to kill this bird because there's no way he can keep it safe. He should have taken it much earlier when he had the chance, we had the map control. Now I'm just going to block it with my ZvP, and he's trying to make like how many there are 10-12 gates on on 2 bases. That's not going to work. These gates would have been perfect for here to just block the ramp and make like cannons and even this area. Now I'm like 80 supply ahead, more like 73 supply ahead, and he's got just nothing to do. Those void rays are staying here, they can do anything. I've got 4 Forest Queens waiting for them. I'm taking my 4th and more macro hatches. I think, yeah, I've got this one here and this one here. I've got 69 larvas, and I'm trying to make a little concave for here, from here and here, and yeah, he's quite good at the moment. He should have taken his third much faster, and even has a lot of money, but he's not paying them because make like war and make some incentives or something. Block the area and try to use some green after that. I will just keep it quite dead because but yeah. Also I've got borrowed. That's one of the best upgrades to be honest, and because you can block hatcheries and you can help, I mean you can survive if he attacks you, and he instead of killing all your drones you can just borrow them and save them and so on. Those overlords were here. I think I wanted to spread some creep because obviously the hiders are very slow without creep, but they weren't here in time. Those void rays were also I think the void rays would have killed them if he stayed more, if he had a bigger army, if he took his faster and so on. Okay, this is it. Goodbye.